imagine this happens to you, where something just flows so easily. Maybe you're trying to make money. Maybe you're trying to make it. Maybe you're trying to make it work with your business, and all you do is you send one outreach script, and coincidentally that person, and this happens to you, you sent that outreach script, and that person just so happens to exactly at that moment in time need you to fulfill that service for them. And all of a sudden you've sent one outreach and the deal is signed. Basically, when the universe lines up with your intentions so perfectly, this is called reality transurfing, and it's based on the idea that all the possibilities exist, because they do exist. Technically, it is a possibility that you could send one outreach script, or technically it is a possibility that you could send 10 outreaches, and all 10 of those people that you reach out to, maybe you reach out to Elon Musk and coincidentally he checks his Twitter DMs. That is a possibility. So how do we make that possibility a reality? It's using these 6 principles, and I've read Reality Transurfing literally, a month ago, and it started working for me. One of the principles is never to like brag about it, which is reducing, and I'll get into this. But like for the sake of this video, I need to tell you that it does work. That's why I'm making this video. So into the first principle, the first main important principle. This goes in order of how important they are, as in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's the stupidest way to do it. No way, bro.
Reduce importance. So the first principle. No, I'm not going to bring them. The first principle is reducing importance. What does that mean? It means that you reduce importance. I didn't know what to say. Basically, when you reduce importance, that means you don't give away your energy to negative sources. Yes, you should give your energy away to positive sources, but you should never ever give away your energy to negative sources. The easiest way you can do that is by reducing importance. So this means, for example, actually no, the easiest way to do this is to frame this world that we're living in is just like a conscious dream. Because at the end of this world, if you believe in God, which I'll talk about in this principle, you understand that, especially in Christianity and Islam, you go back to God. That's what it says. It says God is a true reality. After this life, you go back to God. So this is essentially a conscious dream. If you can reduce importance, but reducing importance shouldn't be like that obnoxious way of, whoever, like nobody cares anyway. You should reduce importance, but still have everyone's best interest at heart. So nothing can faze you, and you understand that this is just a game. At the end of the day, you're going to go back to God. Of course, you can just reduce importance without God, but if you want to use God, that is a good way to do it as well. But still have everyone's best interest at heart. We still want to be positive. We still want to be loving, but just reduce importance. That's the very first step to maintain your energy and to really reduce any distractions. It goes with literally anything. Like for example, number 1, actually I'm not going to write it down, but number 1, for example, you're trying to overcome an addiction. If you can reduce the importance of that addiction and you can try to fulfill it in other ways, that's how you can successfully break that addiction. I'm not going to get into it straight away, but another one could be, for example, what was the second one? Oh, yeah. If you lack self-confidence, you shouldn't be like giving too much importance on it. The moment you put too much importance on it, it creates something called excess potential. This is what it says in Reality Transurfing. The universe is balanced. So when you put importance onto something, that's energy you're putting onto something. It's loading it up with energy. The universe tries to get rid of that energy in the most simple way possible. And the way it's going to get rid of it is by doing the easiest thing possible, which is to make you like less confident in yourself. So let me explain what that means. You won't have got it yet. Say for example, you think you're superior than everyone else. That means you've projected importance onto yourself. There's 2 types of projected importance. There's inner importance, outer importance. Say you project importance onto yourself. Immediately that's excess energy you're putting onto yourself. The world is not suddenly going to make everything else feel dimmer in order to make what you think a reality. No, it's just going to bring you down a couple of notches by, like, I don't know, just giving you some harsh reality of things, like giving you a slap basically. So that's just 2 examples. There's an infinite amount of examples, but the main thing you need to do is you need to become mindful and consciously aware of this. The more you think about reality transurfing, the more it's going to get implemented. It's not like you've got a daily checklist. If anything, you could write these 6 on your phone and watch it every day or read it every day. But the more you think about it, the more it will just get implemented. And over time, you'll naturally just reduce importance to everything. Everything you'll realize is just, it's a game, but it's not in the obnoxious way. When you have everybody's best interest at heart, it becomes a really nice, pleasant scenario to be in. Anyway, next is purifying intention. So what do I mean by purifying your intention? with reality transurfing, using these 6 techniques, you're only going to get what you want if it's truly what you want. If I'm chasing social status and social status is not something I want, these will never work for me and I'm not going to feel happy. And the way you can purify your intention is by combining your heart and your mind. Now, in reality transurfing, I'm spitting out now. In reality transurfing, it explains it as your heart being the one that knows what you want, and your heart feels, it doesn't think. Your mind thinks what what everyone else's opinions of you are, stuff like that. Your heart just feels. So we're going to get into this point here, but to purify intention, if you do this point here, actually I'll get into it right now. Run slides. But if you can think about the goal, this means to think about the goal. Run the slides. I'll talk about it later. But if you can think about the goal, let's finish this point first. If you can think about the goal and you feel even slightly uncomfortable, or you feel like it's not for you, if you can carry on like trying to force yourself that you are for this goal and eventually that feeling goes away, that's good. That's a limiting belief you've just taken away. Now you're allowing the universe to give it to you. You're literally allowing the universe to give it to you. We'll talk here later that God loves you or the world loves you. Like the default state is love. If you can just allow stuff to work out, it works out. But if it's not for you and it's not something you want and it's something your mind has created, like maybe you want to be more popular in school or online or something like that, and that's not really what your heart wants. Mostly what the heart wants is a good partner, money or freedom. Actually, this is freedom, not money, freedom. And health. Yeah, so those 3 pillars. If you watch my other video, you'll know. But purifying intention is just finding out what you want. Usually it's the same: freedom, health, and that relationships. So purify your intention, find out what you really want. Now let's move on to this, which is called running the slides. All a slide is like a fantasy, basically. You know when you're in the shower and you're you know
What?
okay, so you know when you're in a shower and you're thinking, oh, imagine I buy my dream car, or imagine like I'm closing this next level 7K business deal. Usually when you're thinking and you're so engrossed in this, you always got a sense of detachment from that image in your head. You don't think that could be you. You don't see it as like something attainable. It's just nice to think about. Slides are slightly different. You have to imagine as if you're already living in that slide. You have to imagine like it's a nice thing to think about. You're enjoying it just like how you'd enjoy like whatever these things that you're detached from. But you have to imagine that it's genuinely available to you and that it is possible. You have to imagine that you're worthy of it, and you're going to only be able to get to that feeling when you reduce importance. Don't put importance on your slides and don't put importance on purifying your intention. This is the first principle because none of these principles should be carried out with importance. You should just be running slides because you enjoy it. If you have purified your intention and you really want what you really want, then this should be automatic. You should just think to yourself, oh yeah, let me run a slide real quick. And running a slide is just a term, but in reality, it's just aligning your thoughts with what you want. And then when you align your thoughts as if you've already got it, you align your energy, which makes the universe give it to you, which I'll talk about later. And if you can reduce importance, and reducing importance means you to get rid of any excess energy, which means it literally comes straight to you. When you've got excess energy, as in maybe you think you're superior, even if you're running the slides and you think you're better than everyone else, the universe is just going to give you a smack. It literally can't give you what you want. If you want a successful business, it can't give you what you want because you think you're better than everyone else. It's creating so much excess energy that this default state of the universe is balanced. So running slides, this is basically what people call visualization, but you need to genuinely accept that as your reality. Feel how you would feel as if you've got what you want. Align your energy with it. After that, be grateful for it. This is like a secondary step to it. Great. I messed that up. Okay, ignore that. Skip that. Anyway, so run the slides, that's basically visualization. Run the slide, not just, okay, if I want money, I'm not going to run the slide of me holding a chunk of money. That's not going to do anything. I need to imagine me doing the outreach and feeling empowered when I do it, or feeling inspired when I do it, or me creating content and feeling like I'm spitting bars and flowing and stuff like that. And I need to imagine the feeling if when I look at my YouTube, it's got 10K views or I've got 10K subscribers. I need to imagine that feeling. And then I need to imagine that I am worthy of that feeling. You're only going to get that again by reducing importance. Believe that you are worthy of it. Love yourself for how you are, but you're not better than anyone else, and nothing is too important for you. You're just a person. Everyone else is the same as you. And if you believe in God, you are God's creation, and the world is God's creation, and God's creation loves you just as much as you love God's creation. We will talk about that here. So this third principle is give to receive. Now, mainly this is with other people. If you want to, for example, in Reality Transurfing, it said it was this principle here was mainly talked about with love. If you want to be loved, you've got to give love. If you want to be, what?
What are you doing with that E? Give up,
I was
say
just
the whole
trying
thing
to, I was
again.
just trying to connect it. Anyway, so give to receive, but the same thing applies with money as well. Basically, when you've got this, when you get money in and you're really scarce with it, everybody talks about this, but this is like consolidating it. When you're really scarce with it, all that does is it signals, it puts excess importance on the money first off. The universe isn't going to give you more money. That's way too much energy expenditure. It's just going to take away the money you've got and it's going to stop all the flows of income you've got. So when you give out money freely, it's not being stupid with money because again, that's reducing the importance of money. Money is important, but it's not too important. You got to find that flow. You got to treat it with love and attention, the money, but you can't be attributing excess importance to it. Woo. Anyway, so give it out freely. Give it out as if it's like a river flow. It comes through you. Imagine energy like cosmic radiation or whatever. You know that thing that we absorb. So you are like money comes through you.
K-level physics.
Money comes through you and it comes and it goes out of you. That's just how it works. Anyway, but this can be genuinely, this principle can be applied to anything. Did I spell receive right?
That's what I've been looking at this whole time. I
It
wanted
doesn't
you
matter.
to Google it, but then you were in the flow state, so I was like,
Yeah, receive. Anyway, give what you want. Think about what you want again. Purify your intention. What do you really want? Listen to your heart always. This is classed as intuition. Listen to your intuition always. Give what you want to receive it. And by give, it doesn't mean go out of your way to give it. That's putting too much importance on this principle. Then you're putting too much importance on this principle. You're thinking, oh yeah, if I give it, I'm definitely going to get it. No, just don't be afraid to give it. And especially if you can see that it's going to make someone else happy, don't be afraid to give it. Then when you're running the slides, that's very good. Keep running the slides every day, at least like, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. But do it consciously. Don't be that guy that's just always lost in their thoughts. Have that intention to yourself. I'm only going to allow my mind to think if I let it think. Anytime else, be present in the moment. But if you've got time, like maybe you're on the bus or maybe you're in the shower, run this slide and just genuinely enjoy it. Don't put too much importance on it. Otherwise it won't work. But just genuinely enjoy it. After that, increase. What does that mean? Increase energy. None of this, actually no, it will work. But energy is the main thing. Basically, reality transurfing is based on the facts that our thoughts have energy, and the way our thoughts think dictate our flow of life, basically. It's really technical the way he said it because the guy who wrote this book, Reality Transurfing, was a quantum physicist. And energy does have thoughts. Search up the chick experiment. I'll put up a pop-up right now. Anyway, there's 15 chicks in a cage and there was a robot. And basically, the chicks wanted to be so close to the robot that the robot literally moved towards the chicks. And the robot was just supposed to move in a straight line. But yeah, it's I'll put the study up on screen. You can search it up. So increase energy. How do you do this? There's a few different ways to do it. Number one, just start eating clean, getting sleep, working out every single day. After that, you can do a few things such as standing barefoot on the ground, and there is energy all around you. I don't know if you've watched Naruto. I don't even know if I don't even know if I should be saying this on the YouTube, but basically,
don't forget your origins, bro.
that was Naruto. Naruto, do you remember Naruto? He used to sit down in nature and try to feel nature's energy. This was like a major level up for him. He was doing this because Japanese anime.
Watched Naruto.
No, Japanese anime. It's actually based on like stuff like this.
Yeah.
Like even Demon Slayer, the breathing exercises. Apparently, it's based on real stuff that Himalayan people do or
Kung
whatever.
Fu Panda.
What? No,
Nah,
no.
there's a whole thing about them channeling the energy.
Oh yeah, the
within.
chi. Yeah. Okay, my bad. MB, bro, MB. Anyway,
Reduce your
so-
importance, bro.
So, stand barefoot on the ground. This is grounding. Everybody knows this. But more importantly, feel God's energy around you. If you don't have to feel God's energy, if you did physics for GCSE, which everyone did, there is something called cosmic background radiation. CMB or whatever. Anyway, that is basic. Yeah. That energy is everywhere, and that's how us as humans get energy. There is a technique to absorb that energy. It's basically standing still. Imagine there's 2 arrows, 1 arrow coming out, 1 arrow going back, and where you absorb energy is right here and in the center of your throat, and then just behind here. Imagine that the arrows shift upwards and that it's unlocked and that there's a flow of energy coming from up into the ground, And basically you just get more energy levels, and you also free up energy when you reduce importance. If you ever notice the people that are stressed, they tend to have low energy. As soon as you reduce importance, you get rid of stress, guilt, stuff like that. Guilt is another thing you can get rid of importance. If you reduce importance, you can reduce the fact that nobody else has the right to judge you. Only you have the right to judge yourself. And if you ask for forgiveness from yourself, you can give it. You're one person. You're not even one person. You're the experience. You're not even a person. You're the experience. That's what it says in Reality Transurfing. So if you can reduce importance.
It was plagiarism.
No, everything I'm saying is from Reality Transurfing. I'm just saying it in a better way. Anyway.
No offense to the author.
Bro, this guy took like what? 790 pages to say these 6 principles.
And bro took one whiteboard.
Yeah, I haven't explained it fully though, because this guy, the person watching this probably won't implement it. I'll be honest. Because when you watch a YouTube video, I spent like what? 7, 8, 9 hours reading that book. That's why I'm going to implement it. The person watching this has spent like 15 minutes. So unless they're like a proper on it, they're not going to implement this. But
unless this inspires them to read the book.
Yeah. No, I need to inspire them to like implement this. So implement this. Anyway, the last thing is the fact that the world is a mirror to your thoughts. If you believe in God, this will apply more to you. Basically, it's the principle that God takes care of you, and you need to go with the intention that your intention is God's intention. So, if you've got the intention to make money, as long as you're doing all of these things, the world will give you money. What has it got against you? The world's default state is love. Only when importance started coming into play, that's when stuff started to go wrong. People were like, oh, my job is so important. Oh, I need to get this train. And then people started getting in a sour mood. If you can reduce importance, the default state is love. If you can reduce importance, the default state is love. God is going to take care of you, or the world is going to take care of you. Depends if you believe in God or not. But remember that the world is a mirror. Actually, I don't know why I rubbed that mirror. I'm just going to keep that.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out when it was going to become relevant that you rubbed it out.
Mirror.
I thought you were going to make a big point about like, there is no mirror. There is no reflection.
I'm thinking, should I put this all into a Google Doc, or is that enough?
Google Doc? Bro, you've got like 5 words on.
Yeah, fair enough.
What are you talking about?
No, I was going to make it more in-depth. But if you have any questions, leave a comment down below, because genuinely this is life-changing stuff. If you can implement all of this. Yeah, like, okay, understand that is life-changing stuff. Understand that these will change your life. But this is the most important, reducing importance of everything. After that...
the irony of what you just said.
Oh, yeah. Okay, but this is the main principle. After that is this main principle. This is going to make this more effective, and everything is going to make this more effective, actually. So this is the main thing, that this is your this is like your what is it called? Your steering wheel, actually. The slides. If you run the slide of being super successful, as long as the intention is pure, you're going to get it. If you run the slide of buying a Ford Mustang, as long as the intention is pure, you're going to get it. Don't be fooled. Wanting a Ford Mustang is not a fake intention. If you've been brought up in like a way that you just saw a Ford Mustang sometime and you really love it, that is your heart's intention. It's not your mind's intention. The mind's intention is based on what other people think of us, which is reduced, which you can solve by reducing importance. As soon as you spend a few days just thinking about this, and it becomes a thing to think about all the time, and it becomes ingrained in you, then you can finally purify your intention, and you'll know what you want. Because when you think about it, you experience like this calm, relief, stillness, stuff like that. So yeah, run the slides all the time and make it a reality for you in your head before it becomes a reality in real life. Think about that you deserve it. And you're only going to deserve it if you take the actions in real life. Obviously, yeah, I probably should have included, I thought it was a given, but you need to take the actions in real life as well. Otherwise, you're not going to feel like you deserve it. And then your intention's not pure.